Hello everyone. Today we are going to continue the chapter that is human health and disease. So let us continue with the blood groups. So in last lecture we have already studied the two blood groups, that is A and B. So these different types of blood groups are depend on the antigens which are present on the RBCs. Okay. So RBCs have certain types of antigen on which different blood groups are depends. Okay. So ABO blood group system, which is followed by us. So it shows four types of groups. So first is blood group A. Here is the chart which shows all the information of the blood groups. So first blood group A. So genotype of blood group A is IAIA or IAIO. That is genotype gene. The I gene is responsible for the blood groups. So blood groups are inherited from the parents. Okay. So I gene is responsible for the blood group. So here is the I gene, of which there are three alleles. These are A, B and O. These are the three alleles of I gene, which is responsible for the blood group. So when a blood group of an individual or a person is A, the genotype of such person is IA or IAIO. That is, both parents are belonging from A blood group, or one parent is of A blood group and other is O. It also results in the blood group A because O blood group is recessive and A blood group is dominant. O blood group हा recessive आहे आणि A blood group हा dominant असल्यामुळे जे ऑफस्प्रिंग्स असतील त्यांचे ब्लड ग्रुप जे आहे ते कुठले असणार आहे A. Okay, so the antigens present on RBC is A. These antigens are present on RBCs in A blood group. कारण या antigens वरच डिपेंड आहेत ब्लड ग्रुप वेगवेगळे. तर मग A blood group वाले जे आहेत त्यांचे antigens जे आहेत ते कुठले असतात A, and the antibodies which are produced are B. तर यांच्यामध्ये जे antibodies produced होतील ते कुठले असतात B. They can donate the blood to A and AB. हे कोणाला डोनेट करू शकतात? A blood group वाले आणि AB. Okay, and they can receive the blood from A blood group and O. Okay, so that is all about the blood group A. Then second, blood group B. The genotype of blood group B is IB and IB. That is, both parents are of B blood group, or one parent is of B blood group and other is belonging to O. Because here also O blood group is recessive over the B. B is not. Then antigens which are present, जे antigens RBCs वर प्रेझेंट असतात ते कुठले? B. जसे इथं A आहे तसे इकडे कुठले? B. Then antibodies which will produce, these are A antibodies. जे antibodies तयार होतील in response to antigen ते कुठले असणार आहेत? A antibodies which will produce in serum. Okay, then they can donate the blood to B blood group and AB blood group. AB ना हे चालणार आहे आणि B blood group. Then they can receive blood from B blood group and O. So they receive B blood group. Obviously that's a B blood group असल्यामुळे B कडून ते receive करू शकतात at O. Okay. The next blood group is AB. So AB blood group, बघा मुलांनो, A and B, these first two blood groups are incompatible with each other. ते compatible नाही आहेत. का compatible नाही आहेत? If we transfuse the blood B to A, ते चालणार आहे का? जर आपण A person A blood group वाल्यांना B blood groupचं ट्रान्सफ्यूज केलं ब्लड तर हे चालेल का? तर नाही, कारण ते इनकम्पॅटिबल. तर what will happen? So if we introduce or administrate the blood group B to blood group A, so the antigens which are present on RBCs of B blood group, they stimulate the immune system of this person which have A blood group. तर ह्या पर्सनची इम्यून सिस्टम स्टिम्युलेट होणार कुणामुळे या अँटीजन्समुळे which are present on RBCs. आता इम्यून सिस्टम स्टिम्युलेट झाल्यानंतर काय होईल? There is a production of antibodies. आपल्याला माहिती आहे what is antigen and antibody. What is antigen? These are the foreign substance which stimulates immune system for the production of antibodies. So here is the antigen which is present on surface of RBCs. These antigens stimulate the immune system of A blood group person, and there is a formation of B antibody. These B antibodies act on these antigens which are present on the RBCs of B blood group. So they act or they attack on antigens which are present on the RBCs of B blood group. So attack केल्यामुळे काय होणार आहे? It results into clotting or coagulation of the blood. इथं ब्लडच्या गाठी होणार आहेत, रक्ताच्या गाठी होतात. So it may result into the death. So these blood group are incompatible with each other. Incompatible आहे ते एकमेकांना चालत नाहीये, ते एकमेकांना पूरक नाहीये. कारण असं होणार आहे काय? जर या B अँटीजेन्स मुळे अँटीबॉडीज तयार होतील A blood group वाल्यांच्या इम्यून सिस्टम मधून आणि ते अटॅक ऑन दिस. Okay, so it results into coagulation or clotting of the blood. गाठी होणार. Same for the A to B, vice versa. जसं B चं ब्लड आपण दिलं A ला तर हे क्लॉटिंग होणार आहे, तसंच सेम कोणाचं होणार आहे. A ब्लड ग्रुप जर आपण B वाल्यांना दिलं तर तेच होणार आहे. काय? These antigens which are present on the RBCs, that is A antigen, stimulate the immune system of this person which have B blood group, and the immune system will produce antibodies which are A antibodies which attack on these antigens which are present on the RBCs of A. So here antibodies are active. So again the result is coagulation or agglutination or clotting of blood. So these groups are incompatible. म्हणून हे ब्लड ग्रुप एकमेकांना चालत नसतात. कारण ते जर दिले तर त्यांच्यावरचे जे अँटीजेन्स आहेत त्या अँटीजेन्सला रिस्पॉन्स म्हणून काय अँटीबॉडीज तयार होत असतात. आपल्याला माहिती आहे what is the function of antibodies? They attack the antigens. Okay. So then the third blood group is AB. So the blood group or the offsprings which have blood group AB, they show the genotype IAIB. That is, one parent is belonging from A blood group and other is B. एक parent A blood group चे असतील, दुसरे B चे असतील. तर offspring चा blood group जो आहे तो कुठला असणार आहे? AB blood group. Why? Because both A and B are dominant groups. Both are dominant. There is no recessive alleles. Therefore, it shows co-dominance type of inheritance. So here is a co-dominance type of inheritors. Therefore, the blood group of offspring is AB. कारण दोन्ही पॅरेंट्स कुठले? एक A आहे आणि दुसरा B असल्यामुळे both are dominant. दोन्ही dominant आहेत म्हणून it will result in blood group AB. दोन्ही येणार आहेत ते मागे कोणीच नाही जाणार आहे, रेसिसिव्ह कोणीच नाही म्हणून blood group कुठला? AB. Okay. So the antibodies, antigens which are present on RBCs. RBCs वर जे antigens असतात ते दोन्ही असतात A and B. Both antigens are present on RBCs of AB blood. दोन्ही आहेत. So antibodies in serum, there will no formation of antibodies. ह्यांच्यामध्ये antibodies form होत नाहीत. मग जर antibodies form नाही झाल्या तर obviously ह्यांना कुठलं पण blood group चालणार आहे. So they can receive all the blood groups. कारण त्यांच्यामध्ये antibodies तयार नाही होणार. मग antibody तयारच नाही झाल्या तर कुठलेही antigen झाले तरी त्यांना चालणार आहे. म्हणून हे जे आहेत AB वाले, these are universal त्यांना सगळ्याच ब्लड ग्रुप चालणार आहे. सो these are called as universal acceptor because they do not have any antibodies in their serum. त्यांच्यामध्ये अँटीबॉडीज नसतात, त्याच्यामध्ये कोणावर ऍक्ट होणार नाहीच. म्हणून कुठले अँटीजन्स आत आले तरी त्यांना चालणार आहे. सो these are universal acceptor. ओके, तर ते कॅन डोनेट कोणाला देऊ शकतात, ते फक्त AB ब्लड ग्रुप ज्यांचं आहे त्यांनाच ते डोनेट करू शकतात. सो दे कॅन डोनेट द ब्लड टू AB ब्लड. ओके, and they can receive A, B, AB and O. The last O blood group. So the genotype of blood group O is IO and IO. That is both parents are of O blood group. जर दोन्ही parents of blood group O असेल, resulting blood group is O. Because जरी O blood group हा recessive असला तरी त्यांच्या जोडीवर recessiveच आहे. So they appear. So genotype is IO. The antigens which are present on RBCs are no antigens, nil. यांच्यामध्ये antigens नाहीये. The antibodies which are formed, these are A and B. Antigens नाहीयेत. Antigens नाहीयेत. म्हणून हे ब्लड ग्रुप कुणाला पण चालणार. पण कुणालाही दिलं कुठल्या ब्लड ग्रुपला बाजूच्या तरी अँटीजेन्स नसल्यामुळे त्यांचे अँटीबॉडीज तयारच होणार नाही. सो देयर इज नो एनी कोॲग्युलेशन ऑर क्लॉटिंग ऑफ ब्लड. म्हणजे हे जे ब्लड ग्रुप आहे ओ ब्लड ग्रुप सगळ्यांनाच चालत असतं. दे कॅन डोनेट ब्लड टू ऑल द टाइप्स ऑफ ब्लड, दॅट इज A, B, AB and O, because they do not have antigens on their RBCs. Antigens नाही आहेत, अँटीबॉडीज तयार होणार नाही, म्हणजे कुणालाही चालणार आहे. सो दे आर universal donor. These are universal donor. So O blood group is universal donor and AB is universal acceptor. Why it is a universal donor? Because there are no antigens on RBC, so there is no formation of any antibody in other groups. So they can donate to all the persons that is having A, B, AB and O, and they can receive only O blood group. Why? Because the antibodies which will form are both A and B. दोन्ही पण antibodies त्यांच्यामध्ये तयार होतात. Antibodies दोन्ही तयार झाल्यामुळं त्यांना कुठलंच ब्लड ग्रुप चालणार नाहीये एक्सेप्ट फक्त कोणाचं only O blood. Okay, so that is all about the ABO blood group system. Okay. So the next is RH factor or antigen D. So what is RH factor? RH factor or antigen D. So RH factor, or it is also called as antigen D. So this antigen D is present again on the surface of the RBCs. Okay. So this antigen D is first discovered by Landsteiner and Wiener in 1940 in the surface of the RBCs of rhesus monkey. Okay. So rhesus monkey मध्ये पहिल्यांदा डिस्कवर झाल्यामुळे या antigen D ला आपण काय म्हणतो RH factor. Okay. So RH for rhesus monkey. Rhesus is a type or group of monkey. त्यांच्यामध्ये पहिल्यांदा सापडल्यामुळे या अँटीजन D लाच काय म्हणतो आपण RH factor. RH for rhesus. So it should be remembered. Okay. So the person having this antigen, ज्या persons मध्ये individuals मध्ये antigen D present असतो त्यांना आपण काय म्हणतो RH positive. Okay, and the individuals which do not have this antigen, they are called as RH negative. So आपण नुसतंच AB, ABO हे ब्लड ग्रुप जे आहेत त्याला आपण पॉझिटिव्ह आणि निगेटिव्हचा पण इथं विचार केला जातो. This factor is also very important because RH negative persons shows strong immune response to RH positive. जर आपण RH positive blood transfuse केलं, RH positive RH negative blood transfuse केलं, so they show strong immune response. कारण हा antigen जो आहे it stimulate immune system of negative persons. So there is a formation of antibodies which act on this antigen D. So हे compatible नाही आहेत हे groups. These are not compatible. कोणते? RH positive and RH negative. Okay. So in the world about 95% of the population is belonging to RH positive and other remaining about 5% of the population is of RH negative blood group. So that is the RH factor or antigen D. RH का म्हणायचं? RH for rhesus. Rhesus is a group or type of monkey in which this antigen D is founded in first time. Okay. So RH positive and RH negative ज्यांच्यामध्ये हा antigen present असेल त्यांना काय म्हणतो आपण? RH positive. नसेल तर त्यांना काय म्हणतो आपण? RH negative. Okay. So RH, that is D antigen, induces a strong immunogenic response when introduced to RH negative individuals. Therefore, it is important factor during blood transfusion. Blood जेव्हा आपण ट्रान्सफ्यूज करतो तेव्हा हा फॅक्टर जो आहे तो खूप महत्त्वाचा आहे, त्याचा विचार केला जातोच. Because there is a strong immune response in RH negative persons. Okay. So that is RH factor or antigen D. The next is HDN or HDN, that is hemolytic disease of newborn. Hemolytic disease of newborn, or it is also called as erythroblastosis fetalis. So it is a condition or it is a disease which is seen in fetus, that is before birth. So what is hemolytic disease in newborn or erythroblastosis fetalis? It is a condition where there is a destruction of RBCs. RBCs is a destruction of the will destroyed, which is seen in fetus, that is before birth. So when it happens, if it occurs in RH negative, if RH negative mother, if RH negative mother conceives RH positive fetus, if the mother is RH negative and conceived fetus is RH positive, then what will happen? कारण हे पॉझिटिव्ह किंवा निगेटिव्ह इट इज अगेन डिपेंड ऑन द जीन्स. जर निगेटिव्ह ब्लड ग्रुप मदर आहे म्हणजे फिटस पण निगेटिव्ह असं नाही, बिकॉज ब्लड ग्रुप अँड RH पॉझिटिव्ह निगेटिव्ह इज डिपेंड ऑन द जीन्स. सो इफ द RH निगेटिव्ह मदर conceives RH positive fetus, then during so RH positive RBCs of fetus, RH positive RBCs of fetus may enter into RH negative mother during childbirth, that is delivery. During delivery or childbirth, there are the chances of mixing of the blood, that is the blood from fetus may enter into the circulation of mother. The RH positive blood जर निगेटिव्ह सर्क्युलेशन मध्ये एंटर झालं, दॅट इज इन मदर, काय होणार? इथे अँटीजन डी आहे. अँटीजन डी असल्यावर हिअर काय म्हणजे अँटीबॉडीज अगेन्स्ट दिस RH फॅक्टर और अँटीजन डी विल प्रोड्यूस इन मदर ब्लड. दॅट इज द सर्क्युलेशन ऑफ मदर ब्लड. याच्यामध्ये अँटीबॉडीज तयार होतील. आणि अँटीबॉडीज एकदा तयार झाले की आपल्याला माहिती आहे ते मे रिमेन इन द सर्क्युलेशन, ते तशाच राहू शकतात. सो ड्युरिंग सबसिक्वेंट प्रेग्नन्सीज, subsequent is important, that is next pregnancy, the antibodies are remain in the circulation of mother. या antibodies कशाच आहेत? Which are produced previously, first pregnancy. Then in subsequent cases, if again the RH positive circulation of mother. So the antibodies may enter in Rh positive fetus through placenta. So what is placenta? Placenta is the common tissue between mother and fetus through which the exchange of material takes place. For example, oxygen, nutrients from mother is entered through placenta towards the fetus, and the waste materials like carbon dioxide and other nitrogenous waste from fetus enters into the mother circulation through placenta. So the placenta is a middle medium through which the exchange will take place. So these antibodies which are formed in Rh negative mother, they may enter through placenta in fetus. So the antibodies जर आल्या तर काय होणार? They act on this antigen. Antigen D, that is Rh factor, which is present on the surface of RBCs. या RBCs वर जे अँटीजन प्रेझेंट आहेत म्हणूनच आपण त्याला काय म्हटलं Rh पॉझिटिव्ह, ह्यांच्यावर या अँटीबॉडीज ऍक्ट होतील. सो अँटीबॉडीज अँटीजनवर ऍक्ट झाल्या तर अँटीजन्स आर प्रेझेंट ऑन RBCs. तर हे RBCs जे आहेत ते डिस्ट्रॉय होतील, दे विल डिस्ट्रक्ट. So destruction of RBCs in fetus, that is called as hemolytic disease in newborn. All it is called as erythroblastosis fetalis. So that is the condition when the Rh negative mother conceives Rh positive fetus. तर यामध्ये काय होणार? The chances of HDL, hemolytic disease of newborn or erythroblastosis fetalis. So to prevent HDL, Rh negative mother is injected. हे prevent करण्यासाठी हे होऊ नये म्हणून काय केलं जातं? Rh negative mother is injected ready-made antibodies. हे जे antibodies तयार होऊ शकतात due to this antigen D. त्याला तयार न होऊ देता मदरचे इम्युन सिस्टम स्टिम्युलेट होऊच द्यायची नाही, त्याच्या ऐवजी रेडीमेड अँटीबॉडीज आर इंजेक्टेड और ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेट टू द Rh negative mother during all pregnancies carry Rh positive fetus. So Rh positive fetus carry करत असेल mother, in all pregnancies she should administrate or injected the ready-made antibodies which are anti-Rh factor. Rh factor च्या अगेन्स्ट जे अँटीबॉडीज तयार होत असतात त्या रेडीमेड देणं, त्याचं इंजेक्शन देणं हा याच्यावरचा रेमेडी आहे, उपाय आहे टू प्रिव्हेंट HDL. ओके, सो दॅट इज ऑल अबाउट द हिमोलिटिक डिजीज इन न्यूबॉर्न. तर हे लक्षात ठेवायचं मुलांना, ही जर डिजीज आहे किंवा ही कंडिशन आहे ती कुणामध्ये क्रिएट होऊ शकते? Rh negative mother and the fetus is Rh positive. So next topic is human diseases. There are some human diseases which are included in our syllabus. So we start from the diseases. So human diseases are of two types. Okay, so these diseases are of two types. So these two types are, the first is congenital and second is acquired. Congenital diseases and second is acquired diseases. So what is congenital? These are the diseases which are present from the birth and their cause is maybe genetic problem or genetic abnormality. So जे आजार जे डिसीजेस इन्व्हॉल्व असतात प्रेझेंट फ्रॉम द बर्थ, मुळात असतात, जन्मजात असतात, त्यांना आपण कोनजेनिटल डिसीजेस म्हणतो. आणि याचं कारण काय असतं? मोस्टली जीन्स ॲबनॉर्मॅलिटी, जेनेटिक ॲबनॉर्मॅलिटी, जीन्स मध्ये काहीतरी बिघाड झाल्यामुळं, म्युटेशन झाल्यामुळं, ॲबनॉर्मॅलिटीमुळं हे आजार होत असतात. तर असे जे मुळात जे आजार आहेत त्यांना काय म्हणतो आपण? congenital diseases. Okay, and second is acquired diseases. So these are developed after the birth. जन्मानंतर जे आजार होत असतात त्यांना आपण acquired diseases म्हणतो. acquired diseases are again divided into two types, that is communicable or infectious diseases, and second is non-communicable or non-infectious. Non-infectious. So what is communicable or infectious? Communicable किंवा infectious आपण संसर्गजन्य आजार म्हणतो. So these diseases can transmitted from infected person to healthy persons. Infected persons कडून healthy person कडे हे ट्रान्समिट होऊ शकतात. That is communicable or infectious disease. त्याला आपण काय म्हणतो संसर्गजन्य आजार. And the cause, these are caused by different types of pathogens like viruses, bacteria, fungi, helminths or worms. So the reason of these communicable diseases are pathogens, different types of pathogens. So viruses are bacteria, worm and fungus are. The pathogens हे आजार होतात. त्यांना काय म्हणतात communicable or infectious disease. And second is non-communicable or non-infectious. तर हे संसर्गजन्य आजार नाही आहे. So that is the two types of acquired diseases. So we start from the first disease, that is malaria. मलेरिया पासून आपण सुरू करू. मुलांना काय डिसीजेस आपण ऑलरेडी शिकलो आहोत प्रॅक्टिकल्स मध्ये. So I will read here in very brief. So the first is malaria. This disease malaria, the causing agents are Plasmodium. Okay, causing agents are Plasmodium. Plasmodium are the protists, that is unicellular organisms, eukaryotic and unicellular like amoeba. So there are four species of this genera Plasmodium. So these are Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malariae and Plasmodium falciparum. So falciparum is the most serious malaria. Okay. So the genera is Plasmodium. Plasmodium मुळे होणारा हा आजार आहे. कोण आहेत Plasmodium? These are the protists, protozoans, unicellular organisms. Then it requires, this Plasmodium requires two hosts to complete its life cycle. That is, the first is human. Obviously आपले आजार आहेत हे human diseases. So first host is human and second host is the female anopheles mosquito. Okay, so second host is a female mosquito which is belonging to anopheles. So anopheles female mosquito has a second host type. So why only females? Because only female mosquito can suck the blood. Male mosquitoes are dependent on the cell side, that is on plants. The suck करणारे सगळे mosquitoes females असतात. Okay, so they need the RBCs for their oogenesis, that is for the reproduction. So only female mosquitoes can suck the blood. Okay, so female anopheles mosquito is second host for this pathogen. So first we will discuss the symptoms of this malaria. Symptoms. So symptoms are seen after 7 to 15 days of biting. Biting नंतर 7 ते 15 दिवसानंतर आपल्याला हे symptoms दिसत असतात. So first symptom is a fever, then arthralgia, that is joint pain and headache and chills. Fever ताप येणं, arthralgia, that is joint pain सांधेदुखी, headache डोकं दुखणं आणि chills, that is shivering थंडी वाजणं. So that is the first symptom of malaria. Then vomiting, convulsions, vomiting होणं, convulsions भास किंवा भ्रम होणं. Then hemoglobinuria. Hemoglobinuria काय? What is hemoglobinuria? That is appearance or loss of hemoglobin through urine. Urine through hemoglobin चा loss होणं. याला या कंडिशनला काय म्हणतो आपण? Hemoglobinuria. Then hepatomegaly, that is enlargement of liver. Liver enlargement होतो. Then the retinal damage. What is retina? Is the innermost layer of the eyes. So there is also retinal damage. Then the classical symptom of malaria is cyclic occurrence. cyclic म्हणजे काय? परत परत पुन्हा पुन्हा होणार. cyclic occurrence of high fever, sweating and sudden shivering. खूप ताप येणं, घाम येणं, sweating and sudden shivering, थंडी वाजणं. किती वेळासाठी? It is last for 4 to 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours and after 4 to 6 hours symptoms आपल्याला दिसणार नाही, but it repeat after each 2 to 3 days. हे जे आहे काय? फीवर, त्याच्यानंतर स्वेटिंग अँड शिवरिंग, थंडी, ताप आणि घाम येणं. ते किती वेळासाठी असतं? 4 ते 6 तासांसाठी. त्याच्यानंतर ते थांबतं आणि ते परत रिपीट होतं किती दिवसानंतर? 2 ते 3 दिवसानंतर. दॅट इज अबाउट 48 hours. पुन्हा येणार. पुन्हा किती वेळासाठी? फॉर 4 to 6 hours and will repeat again and again after 2 to 3 days for 4 to 6 hours. So it is a cyclic fever and it is a classical symptom of malaria that is seen only in malaria. It is not seen in any other disease. दुसऱ्या कुठल्याही आजारामध्ये हे लक्षण आपल्याला दिसत नाही. So that is the cyclic appearance of fever. So it is the most important symptom of malaria. Then next is mode of transmission. How these plasmodium enter or how they complete their life cycle in 2 holes. So in human, when there is a mosquito biting, during mosquito biting, the sporozoites are entered. Sporozoid, it is a larval stage of Plasmodium. जेव्हा mosquito bite करतो, which is already have this Plasmodium, जेव्हा bite करणार आहे तेव्हा sporozoid ही एक larval stage आपल्या blood मध्ये enter होणार आहे. Okay, the sporozoids carried or they travel through blood stream to liver. कुठे जाणार आहे? In liver. So in liver they multiplies in merozoites. Asexually, that is a fission. Okay, so sporozoid reach the liver cells, then they divide or multiply into merozoites in RBCs. liver मधून merozoites कुठे जाणार? RBCs मध्ये. आणि ह्या merozoites पासून male and female gametocytes will develop. Gametocytes. So male and female gametocytes will remain in blood of the human. ज्यांना मलेरिया झाला असेल जे ह्युमन आहेत त्यांच्या ब्लड स्ट्रीम मध्ये आपल्याला काय सापडणार आहे? मेल अँड फिमेल गॅमेटोसाइट्स which are developed from the merozoites. Okay, so here the life cycle of Plasmodium in human is completed. Okay, then in mosquito, when the mosquito bites to infected human, then through the blood male and female gametocytes enter into the gut of mosquito. With the blood, जेव्हा मॉस्किटो बाईट करणार आहे ह्युमनला तेव्हा ब्लड थ्रू मेल आणि फिमेल गॅमेटोसाइट्स या मॉस्किटो मध्ये येतील. आता जेव्हा ब्लड सक करणार आहे ऑब्वियसली ब्लड कुठे जाणार त्यांच्या गट मध्ये. दॅट इज डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टम वेअर द फर्टिलायझेशन ऑफ दिस गॅमेटोसाइट टेक्स प्लेस. त्यांचं फर्टिलायझेशन कोणाचं? मेल अँड फिमेल गॅमेटोसाइट्स. दॅट इज फर्टिलायझेशन ऑफ दिस 2 cells resulting into zygote. त्याच्यापासून zygote तयार होईल in gut. It remains in the wall of gut. तो गटच्या वॉल मध्ये जाईल and develop into oocytes. Oocytes actually oocyst. So oocyst burst into sporozoites. Oocyst burst into हे फुटणारे oocyst. कोणापासून तयार झाले ते? झायगोट पासून. ते एनलार्ज होते, डेव्हलप होते. कशामध्ये? oocyst मध्ये. oocyst burst झाले की त्याच्यापासून काय तयार होईल? Sporozoites. The sporozoite carries toward the salivary gland of mosquito. हे जे sporozoites आहेत ते कुठे कॅरी होणार आहेत? salivary glands of the mosquito. So sporozoites will be present in the salivary gland of mosquito. When such mosquito bite to the human, then again आहे किंवा नाही. सो व्हॉट इज द ट्रीटमेंट? सो artemisinin based combination therapies, that is called as artemisinin based combination therapies, ACTS. So there are 5 types of different therapies of ACTS. With quinine is a drug which is recommended for malaria. So that is the treatment. So what is the prevention and control? So prevention of mosquito bite. For mosquito bite, we can use the net, then insect repellents, then insecticides and gambusia fish in water to control the larvae of this mosquito. Okay, so that is all about the first disease, that is malaria. Then second is amoebiasis. दूसरा जो disease आहे तो कुठला आहे? Amoebiasis, or it is also called as amoebic dysentery. Amoebiasis. Or amoebic dysentery. So the causing agent of this amoebiasis is Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica. These are the amoeba. Okay. कोणते amoeba? Entamoeba histolytica. So they are the pathogens of intestine. The symptoms of this amoebic dysentery is diarrhea or dysentery, then abdominal pain, अंग दुखणं, stool with blood and mucus. Stool किंवा fecal matter आहे, it contain blood and mucus. Okay. Then liver abscess. So what is liver abscess? The enlargement and or edema of liver, सूजन liver becomes painful and it also contains the pus. Okay, inflammation, दुखणं, pus form होणं, and the liver becomes enlarged, that is called as hepatomegaly. So such condition is called as liver abscess. Okay, so these are the symptoms of amoebiasis. Then mode of transmission, fecal-oral route. Then eating with dirty hands and contaminated food and water. अस्वच्छ अन्न असेल त्यातून याचे इन्फेक्शन होऊ शकते या अमोबाचं, एंटामिबा हिस्टोलिटिका. Then what is diagnosis? So it is diagnosed by examination of the stool sample. Stool sample मध्ये they may appear. Then what is the treatment? The treatment is metronidazole. These are the drugs which are recommended for the amoebiasis. Metronidazole, then tinidazole. These 2 drugs are recommended. The 2 drugs are recommended for amoebiasis. Then what is the prevention and control? Wash hand with hot water and soap after using toilet. Then drink boiled water or chlorinated and filtered water. And avoid eating unhygienic foods. अस्वच्छ अन्न न खाणं हे सगळे प्रिव्हेंटिंग किंवा कंट्रोल मेजर्स आहेत amoebiasis. So that is the amoebiasis. Then next is ascariasis. Ascariasis, the causing agents of ascariasis, third disease, second, third. Causing agent is Ascaris lumbricoides. Causing agent is Ascaris lumbricoides. Then symptoms of this ascariasis is digestive discomfort, vomiting and fever. Okay. Then presence of live worms in fecal matter, that is in stool. So in stool, live worms are appear. Then pulmonary disorders. Okay. So these are disorders which are concerned with the respiratory system, श्वसन संस्थेचे आजार. Then loss of appetite and weight loss, भूक न लागणं आणि वजन कमी होणं. Then eosinophilia, that is the number of eosinophils, that is the type of WBCs are increased. So these are the symptoms of ascariasis. Then what is the mode of transmission? Eggs which are present in food or drink, they may enter into the individuals. The eggs are hatched in intestine and the larvae pass through various organs including lungs. which settle as adult in digestive system. So that is the mode of transmission. जर ॲस्कॅरिसला आपण जंत असं म्हणतो, त्यांचे जे एग्स आहेत ते फूड किंवा ड्रिंक्स मधून आतमध्ये येत असतात. So they hatch. After hatching, they will result into larvae. The larvae passes through the various organs including lungs. Larvae सगळ्या organs मधून, lungs मधून आल्यानंतर काय होणार, यांचे adult मध्ये डेव्हलप होतील, which remain in digestive system. So these are diagnosis is by stool examination. Stool fecal matrix जर examination केलं तर त्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला हे worms सापडतील. Okay. So treatment is piperazine and mebendazole. These are the two drugs which are recommended for this ascariasis. Also levamisole and pyrantel. These drugs, 4 types of drugs are recommended. And what is the preventive measures and control? Avoiding defecation in open spaces, that is use of toilets. So then washing hand with water and soap. Okay, after using toilet, and avoid using unhygienic food. तर unhygienic food हे avoid करणं. So these are the preventive and controlling measures for ascariasis. Okay, हे लक्षात ठेवायचं आपल्याला. कॉझिंग एजंट कुठले? ॲस्कॅरिस लुम्ब्रिकॉइड्स. सो दॅट इज ऑल अबाउट द ॲस्कॅरियासिस. मुलांना आपण 3 डिसीज घेतलेले आहेत, मलेरिया,